Now let's discuss some of the elements of storyboard. No matter how you make your storyboard, drawn with a pencil, digitally, there are some aspects of storyboard that remain constant. The first element is the shot image. Different panels with 2D illustration to show the action and the subject. A shot number is indicated where in a particular sequence does the shot happens. Action. The activity happening in the shot. Dialogues and narration or sound in the shot of what the audience will listen to while looking at the shot. Effects, or also known as visual effects, technical details for post-production and production references. These include camera angles, camera movement, camera placement, shot type, aspect ratio, sound effects, special effects. In essence, a storyboard should contain all these necessary information which is required to imagine how the final product will look like. Before we discuss the tools required for creating a storyboard, let's discuss and explain a key deciding feature of a storyboard, aspect ratio. Aspect ratio is a standard image dimension and is defined by two parameters, width and height. Aspect ratio are set and based in the limitation of the technology. Aspect ratio, which were commonly used during the advent of television, are phased out now. HDTV is the most common format for television and is mostly 16:9 aspect ratio, which you are looking at it right now. Aspect ratio is the key deciding factor for any storyboard artist. The frame size on which the storyboard panels are drawn. Storyboarding in a wrong aspect ratio will cause confusion and compositional issues. Now let's discuss about some storyboarding tools. Storyboarding tools can be divided in two broad categories, analog and digital. One of the essential tools for creating a storyboard is pencil and paper. Preferred pencils for drawing is HB, 2B and 4B and 6B ideally. Although the essential tool for storyboarding is without context pencils. For introducing color and more detailed look, you can use charcoal, ink, colored pencils, markers, or even watercolors. The most preferred canvas for storyboarding is paper, usually 8.5 inches by 11 inches, which is an A4 Xerox sheet. This sheet is then divided into frames based on the aspect ratio of your project. Usually 4 frames in a sheet. Textured sheet can be used based on the artist's preference. Labeling is crucial, so whoever is going through your panel can follow. The format varies from studio to studio, but whatever format you stick to, try and be consistent. Usually the lower left corner is preferred area to put panel numbers, a lower right corner for scene number, background number, underlay, overlay, and sequence number, upper right corner for the camera instruction, and bottom of the panel for dialogues, if any, and notes on the sound design and effects. For a digital route, one needs a digitizer, tablet input device, or more direct interface of directly drawing over a screen-based tablet, PC, laptop, iPad, pad, or even a digital display tablet. In terms of apps and softwares, the industry preferred tool is Adobe Photoshop. However, now there is a plethora of dedicated software just for digital storyboarding, namely Toon Boom, Storyboard Pro, Boards, FrameForge, Prolost, Bordeaux for After Effects, Storyboard That, Plot, Mischief, and TV Paint, just to name a few. These are all paid apps. There are also some open source apps or free apps such as OpenToons, Creta, Storyboarder, and Storyboard Fountain. Now let's discuss about what exactly is happening in the current situation or current day and age. Storyboard in the digital age. Today, digital processes are leading all the production phases of a media product. Development rights from pre-production to post-production and all the steps in the middle. Storyboarding, like many other media product processes, is now most commonly a digital process too, drawn directly onto a digitizer or a digital tablet using a stylus and reviewed via screen or projector onto a surface for a larger audience for feedback and discussion. The digital workflow has many benefits, such as giving a more flexible workflow where files can be viewed and accessed across the globe through an encrypted network. Although this is a radical shift in terms of materiality of the storyboard itself, but its purpose first remains fairly the same as below when the process was analog. This shift has introduced an in-between stage for a more controlled pre-production phase called digital pre-visualization, also often referred to as pre-viz for pre-visualization. For television and live-action films, storyboards are quick sketches now, or more specifically thumbnails, as the rest is taken care in the next step, pre-viz. Pre-viz helps in minimizing the uncertainty about how the final image will look like. Also, saving time and money on a set and during post-production process. Pre-viz is a combination of several inputs and layers and is very close to the final film's look. It allows a director, visual effects supervisor, sound engineer, a cinematographer to experiment with the camera placement, sound design, sound effects, visual effects, lighting, and set design, with considering the actual cost of production and reducing the chances of error. It's a combination of hand-drawn artwork, video, 2D, 3D animation, photograph, sound effects, and special effects. Another innovation in recent times has been the use of game technology for pre-visualization. Visual effects studios are shifting to a range of real-time technologies such as game engines, virtual reality headsets to plan a production in real time, which previously took hours and even days. This new workflow is called stagecraft. This enables the director to be on a virtual set and place camera and work in coordination with the cinematographer, visual director, and other important decision makers. Stagecraft cuts the cost and time spent on the pre-production phase drastically. Now we have come to the conclusion of today's lecture. Large-scale detailed storyboards seems to be a road less taken or a rarity by television and films, where storyboards are mere thumbnails now and have been replaced by pre-viz. Although, when it comes to animation, some studios still prefer to do it the traditional way, devised by the Disney studio of pinning horizontal stacks of illustration on a large soft board. That is all we have for today. I hope you enjoyed the session. See you again. Till then, thank you and namaskar.